What do you think goes on in a celebrity's life every day? Interviews? Red carpet events? Well, that is probably true. They spend most of their time in film and recording studios, but occasionally they protect and save ordinary people's lives. So stay tuned to find out some of the countless times that celebrities saved people's lives. First up, in no particular order, Dev Patel. According to online sources, actor Dev Patel intervened in an altercation that turned violent and resulted in a stabbing while in Australia. According to Patel's agents, the Green Knight and Slumdog Millionaire actor saw a fight break out between a man and a woman in Adelaide, Australia, and reportedly tried to break it up. According to a spokeswoman for the local news at the time, Dev acted on his instinct to try and de-escalate the situation and break up the fight. Next up, Leonardo DiCaprio. DiCaprio learned that a man had drowned nearby while sailing in St. Bart's on New Year's Eve 2019 with his girlfriend Camilla Morone and friends. Leo and his friends, along with the captain of their boat, decided to join the search, and their efforts eventually succeeded in helping save a man's life, a source told People in January 2020. DiCaprio's crew apparently found the man close to the Saba Island, hauled him on board, and then handed him over to the Coast Guard. Another celeb who saved a life is actor Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi might not be able to pass for a fellow child, but if you give him a firefighter's uniform, he'll blend in just fine. The actor was a firefighter in New York City before he attained Bill Murray heights of cultural ubiquity. He returned to his flat in the days and weeks that followed 9/11 to work as a volunteer downtown, removing debris and looking for survivors. Also, after Hurricane Sandy, he went back to the unit. Next up, Tom Cruise. Now, Tom Cruise has a horrible reputation for being a little eccentric, even crazy according to some. However, is there any proof that one person's insanity can benefit another's sanity? In Los Angeles, Cruise observed a hit and run. He immediately called 911, remained at her side during the paramedics' arrival, the ambulance trip, and the hospital visit, and even covered her full $7,000 medical bill. It appears that not all missions are unachievable, and Cruise is actually a seemingly good man. Now, Dolly Parton also saved someone's life. On the set of Netflix's Christmas on the Square, actress Talia Hill said Dolly Parton saved her from harm's way in a December 2020 interview. "My mother was crying and said, 'Yes, you did, Dolly Parton,'" Hill recalled. "She held me and shook me and said, 'I saved your life.'" Now, Parton is no stranger to acts of bravery. Back in 2020, the Dolly Parton COVID-19 Research Fund also donated $1 million to Vanderbilt University's coronavirus research, which contributed to the development of the Moderna vaccine, which is currently reported to be 94.5% effective and may save many more lives. Jamie Foxx also saved a man from a burning car. How so? Let's take a look. In another instance of a celeb coming to the rescue, an individual by the name of Brett Kyle crashed into a drainage ditch outside none other than Jamie Foxx's house and overturned his vehicle, which then started a fire. When Foxx saw this, he unbuckled Kyle and hauled him to safety. Frankly, Jamie, you don't get to determine that. This is an act for heroes. Foxx was keen to emphasize that this was not a heroic deed, telling ET, "I don't look at it as heroic." Next up, Sean Penn. Sean Penn has a reputation for showing up in disaster zones. He assisted those left trapped in New Orleans in 2005 during Hurricane Katrina by paddling his boat by hand because the motor had broken down. He also traveled to Haiti to help with relief efforts after the 2010 earthquake. Then, He was recently observed attending a press conference at the presidential office in Ukraine while Russian forces invaded that country. Penn went to Ukraine to see the Russian invasion firsthand while working on a documentary about the turmoil there, according to the New York Post. Hugh Jackman also became a real-life hero in this instance. Hugh Jackman put a lot of practice into the impending real-life heroism by portraying Wolverine for nearly 2 decades. According to a report from Australia's Nine News, Jackman dove in and swam his son back to shore when he became stuck in a riptide, one of the deadliest and riskiest aspects of beach enjoyment. Before dismissing the man, you could want to read up on his other life lessons if that doesn't persuade you to follow in his footsteps. Next up, Harrison Ford. One of 2 girls fell unconscious from heat exhaustion while hiking Wyoming's 11,000-foot Table Mountain. The other hiker reported it, and Harrison Ford was summoned to save the day. To get the chicks, the guy actually flew to the mountain. In fact, Teton County routinely benefits from Harrison Ford's piloting and rescue expertise, which saves the county money by preventing the need to hire a private pilot. The only tragedy here then? He wasn't piloting the Millennium Falcon. He was in a plane. However, looking back, you child, it would have been too cocky. Now, Joe Montana reportedly saved his infant granddaughter from being kidnapped. On September 26, 2020, a woman entered the house, snatched up Joe Montana's granddaughter, who was napping there in Malibu, California, and refused to give it back, according to various news outlets. Jennifer, Montana's wife, freed the infant from the intruder's grip. When Montana got in touch with the neighborhood patrolling police, they apprehended the woman and charged her with kidnapping and burglary. Next up, Eriko. Eriko, a Broadway actress and Billions star, was returning from a meeting with her vocal coach when she overheard pleas for assistance coming from the underground. In 2019, she told People magazine, "I literally hopped into action. We got this," I yelled as I ran over. "You can't lift him." The actor, along with 2 other kind bystanders, was able to free the man from the rails despite his fractured foot and numerous injuries on his arms. Of course, Vin Diesel is on this list. Is there anything more appropriate than Vin Diesel being connected in any way to an automobile accident? The Fast and the Furious star was riding his motorcycle through Hollywood when he saw a car swerve, roll over, and catch fire. Before the entire vehicle caught fire, he grabbed 2 kids and their father out of the car at once. Actor Michael Rapaport also helped save a life. Here's what you need to know. On a trip from Houston to Los Angeles in June 2018, actor Michael Rapaport noticed a man attempting to unlock the emergency exit door with both hands on the lever. Rapaport rushed to the man and pushed him against a seat while the flight attendants gathered at the back of the aircraft. According to Fox News, when police questioned, the man claimed that he believed it to be the restroom door. Rapaport was hailed as a hero by the other travelers. Next up, Benedict Cumberbatch. According to The Sun, Benedict Cumberbatch, who is known for his roles in Doctor Strange and Sherlock, leaped out of his Uber in 2018 to assist a delivery person who 4 thugs were attacking in London. The Deliveroo employee reportedly received a blow to the head and a bottle to the head from the 4 robbers. The Uber driver assisted in taking the attackers off the victim, and they eventually departed after Cumberbatch entered the battle and said, "Leave him alone." The delivery platform was quick to thank him for his services, and although Cumberbatch acknowledged his involvement, he insisted he wasn't a hero. Kate Winslet is next up on our list. Trouble seems to happen whenever celebrities go on vacation, for whatever reason. While residing at Richard Branson's Neckler Island residence, Kate Winslet experienced an abrupt awakening. Tropical storm Hurricane Irene's lightning strike caused the house to catch fire around 4 a.m. When Winslet saw that her children had successfully exited, she sprinted back inside and helped carry Branson's 90-year-old mother to safety, essentially saving her life. Another celeb who came to the rescue is Zoe Saldana. People claim that in 2012, Zoe Saldana assisted an elderly woman who was hurt in a car accident by getting her out of the vehicle and dialing 911. The actress remained by the woman's side until the paramedics showed up. An onlooker told People that while waiting for assistance, Zoe returned to the woman's car and took her handbag and sweater. Zoe was extremely kind and considerate to the woman. And finally, the famous rapper T.I. also saved a life. In 2010, a guy threatened to jump from a 22-story office building. Police were attempting to reason with him. However, then rapper T.I. stepped in, as reported by CNN. The man accepted his invitation to meet with him and speak with him. After a brief talk, he was transferred to a nearby hospital for a psychological assessment. James Polite, a spokesman for the Atlanta police, told the publication that T.I. simply happened to be in the right location at the right time, saving this man's life at the same time. Pretty impressive, right? And there you have it, everything you need to know about some of the times big-name celebs come to the rescue and save the average person's life. Now, make sure to let us know your thoughts down below, and as always, thanks for watching.